Good morning, guys. See my shirt? I have to say thank you to Karen for my shirt. It's awesome. It's perfect for coffee chat. It fits perfect. You can't see it, but it's a sleep shirt, and I love it. Anyways, yay, it's Friday. It's coffee time. Coffee time. I don't have any donuts, but it's coffee time. Timmy's coffee. Best ever, again. Like I said, this only happens once in a while. There it is. Gotta love Passimo. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. There's been, I've been kind of busy with Valentine's Day coming up and doing the jewelry bombs and whatnot. I wasn't going to bring this up because I don't want to sound like the whiny, sucky baby that apparently certain people think that I am, as the whole boo-hoo, wah-wah, whiny me, which is not the case. It has nothing to do with that. Some of you might have noticed there was a brief post yesterday with another poster. I guess something happened where someone was searching for one of my bombs or my shop or something like that, and they came across a post with bath bombs, and they were these big things. I don't want to get into saying names or anything like that, but you all know that I wrap my bombs like this, and I don't have a problem with anybody else, wrapping them, because like I said, this isn't my original idea. I didn't know that at the time. Someone pointed it out and showed me a link of, I guess it's been around for a few years, for how to make bath bombs. It was sort of a DIY site, and they had their bombs packaged not exactly like this, but it was still supposed to look like a firecracker bomb, and it was called You're the Bomb, and it was like a special Valentine's Day thingy, so whatever. So I guess the only problem, and I don't even know if it's a problem, it's just like I said, I don't even really care anymore. I really don't care. The only thing I was worried about after I was shown this post was that it might cause confusion. Because, okay, sure, they're wrapped like this. Like I said, that's okay. But on the tag, it said Atomic Love Bomb. And I'm sorry, if this is your thingy, whatever, it's cool. It's a great idea. But I guess the issue was so much as the fact that I'm Atomic Bomb. And on their bomb, I just didn't see a reason to have... I didn't point it out. Someone else found the post. But I just don't understand the reason behind why you'd have to have atomic. And okay, even so what? Yes, I know it's a universal word. It describes, a whole bunch of things from massive bombs to, in my case, atomically, your tone, and, skin and stuff. Whatever. But on closer inspection, looking at the label, they had the, I don't know if you can see it, but the atom symbol by the atomic part, which is actually part of my logo. So I don't know if that's necessarily legal, I guess is the word, because it's part of my logo, and just the way it was done. I'm sure there's ways to get around it, because it's to do with font and how it's done and whatever, and the fact that, I'm not B-O-M-B, I'm B-A-L-M, but it's still atomic. Anyways, it was just this thing brought up. It wasn't a huge big deal, but I just thought, you know what, how many more times am I going to get copied? Okay, I get a few things. I'm not the original, whatever, but I try to make it mine. So why can't other people try to make it theirs? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. But anyways, off the topic, I just thought that was quite an interesting thing, because when I went back to do a search to look for my bombs, the first thing that came up was theirs. Mine were nowhere to be found. So, I actually I've paid for Google Analytics, whatever, so that you show up on a Google search. So yeah, it kind of bums me out that, someone gets to benefit from my out-of-pocket expense. But besides that, off that note, no big deal. They are cute, eh? Yeah, that was my one big thing. Anyways, it's Friday, which means Sunday is Valentine's Day, and who gives a crap about Valentine's Day? The Walking Dead is on Sunday. Yay! Walking Dead. Oh, I cannot wait. I've seen 2 trailers, 2 commercials. I'm just going to be absolutely flat out riveted. Oh my god, and the X-Files? Oh, it's so good. See, I like the X-Files because if you miss a show in between, It's not like they continue on like they do with like The Walking Dead or like say Supernatural. Like you kind of want to know what the show was about because sometimes whatever happened in the last show kind of reflects what's going on in this show. With the X-Files, it's not so much if you miss one or two. It's not a huge deal, but it is nice to watch them all. So I've got three episodes I have to catch up on X-Files, which I'm like I jump right back in. It's like 13 years later. It's like they woke up the next day and they went back to work. It's like so. Even the guy, their boss, What time is it? What time is it? I have to check something. Holy crap. Here we go again with the ghost turning on the stereo.
15 years on this lonely road. I paid my own way. I carried my own load. I never asked too much from no one.
Good song anyway. Kid Rock. Gotta love Kid Rock. I love Kid Rock. But anyways, I've shut that off. Hold on. It's the strangest thing. We did some experiments. It's like I told you before, it's a 3 CD player. 2 spots don't work, only 1 spot works, and it was playing Genesis, so we thought, oh, we'll switch the CDs around, let's put it in a spot that doesn't work. Well, it kept coming on Genesis, no matter where we put it. So the middle one doesn't work. So what we did the other day was we swapped it out and put Kid Rock in the side that doesn't work. Or no, Genesis in the middle that doesn't work, and then we put Kid Rock in and another CD, and it plays Kid Rock now. I don't understand why it does that. There's no timer on the clock. It's not been set or anything. The thing doesn't work only when I guess it wants to. It's kind of creepy. And I wish I could tell you how much battery life was on here because that's usually a good sign too. Crap. I just see that comes on and I totally go and I lose whatever it is I had in my wee bit of brain that's there to talk about. But, if anybody's wondering about how I'm doing with quitting smoking, not so good. Not so good at all. I've tried. I think the first day I went, I don't know. I think I made it till about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I was just, like, evil. People were like, just go have a cigarette before you kill something. So, yeah, I'm trying to cut down. I was told, actually, afterwards not to go cold turkey because it's such a shock on your system and all that crap. I don't know if it's a bunch of crap or not, but I can't do cold turkey. So I'm supposed to be weaning myself off, but not there yet. It's too hard. It's very hard. Oh, it reminds me. I had to take my ring off because I was making stuff. That was another question, too. This is really funny. What do you guys think of this? Okay, I mean, I absolutely love helping. I mean, that's like, I like to talk. If anybody has questions, I love to help. I love to make stuff. I love to show them how I make stuff. That whole thing, but what do you do when someone messages you and says, where do you get your rings from? Like, seriously? Why would I spend hours and hours and hours researching and testing and all that stuff to just go, oh, here you go, have my information? That would be like, KFC saying, hey, by the way, I want to make some chicken, or like someone going to KFC and saying, I would like to make some fried chicken for my family tonight, but they only like KFC, so could I have your 11 herbs and spices recipe? Yeah, that's going to happen. I don't think so. And I don't want to sound like this is like whatever, but the whole thing I tried to do with my, like I know there's other jewelry bombs and stuff, and that's, hey, it's a free world or a free country or open, whatever you call that. But I pride myself on only using good jewelry. So it's not like I can just go, oh, I'll go pick this from this Silver Depot or from, they got some nice rings, but it's not like I can just go, oh, guess what? I want this, and this, and I'll buy it. No, well, guess what? It's plated, or it's a glass stone, or whatever. I don't want that in my bombs. If you're paying for a good quality product, I want people to come back. And okay, sure, maybe they'll come back just for the bomb. That's fine, and that's usually what happens. They'll buy, a bigger jewelry bomb, and then they'll say, oh, I really like your bomb, so they come back and buy more bombs. But I don't want them to have a ring that they're going to put on for, a week or 2 weeks, and all of a sudden it starts peeling and it's no good. They just kind of hand it down to their daughter or throw it out. That's a waste of my money. Because, like, I pay good money for these things, and I don't want it to be tossed out. I also don't want to be known as having cheap jewelry. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with costume jewelry. Tons of people wear it, and I actually had a couple costume jewelry pieces or whatever. But actually, one I'll show you. I was so disappointed. This one, it's really sad, actually, because this used to be... I used to get... There's a jewelry place in China, believe it or not. They're not in business anymore, but I used to buy from them all the time. And they were really good quality. I mean, they had big, chunky, cool, gothic-looking rings. Actually, I'll show you one of them. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I was saying, they had really cool, big, chunky silver rings. Real, you can see that, real gemstones. And I mean, they were like $5, $10. It was like, oh my god, these were amazing. And I mean, the quality, I mean, I have to clean it, but they don't turn your fingers green unless, of course, you have a chemical reaction, which happens to everybody. Don't always go by if your finger goes green, it's a cheap ring. And a lot of times it's to do with your hormones. You could have an allergic reaction to the metals, or it just could be like that time of the month. I find that happens with my my gold wedding band and stuff. It happens once a month. Well, when I used to. But anyways, so yeah, this is like all the stuff that I used to get, and they're real sapphires. They're not top quality sapphires. That's part of the reason why they could sell so cheap. Plus, it was their own company. There was no middleman. They actually made the rings and the jewelry and then sold direct. And not a lot of people knew about the place, so that was pretty nice. I actually talked to a guy. I forget, I met him in a Yahoo group years and years ago. And we set up a little wholesale thingy, which was pretty cool. But they went out of business, but I just absolutely love this. This is like one of the few that I saved and kept for myself because I love it so much. I like big gaudy rings, but anyways, then a company came up after they went out, and they sort of had the similar name. It was like 925 something or other. And they advertise as all their rings, sterling silver, real gemstones, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay, I'll try one. So I bought this one. It was the same kind of idea, like the big chunky whatever. But you turn it over, and now you see it's all the copper's revealing. So it was 925 silver plated. You don't want plated, okay? If anything, if you're going to buy if you're going to buy rings, and you don't want to spend the huge money, but you want somewhat of a good quality ring, make sure it's filled. It'll be filled. If you can get rhodium filled, platinum filled, there's some white gold filled, there's silver filled. Usually those rings are already, the base metal is already 925 silver. And then it's bonded with the other metals. So it's not plated, there's no thin fine line of plating or whatever. But your base ring is already 925 silver. So it's still a good quality ring, but you get that bonus of whatever. So there's no need to put nail polish or anything weird on that. Only this kind you would have to. But, so I don't buy those. So now, what I'm trying to do is I get most of my rings. I can't say all of them because, like I said, I'm not a jeweler. But most of my rings, I will get, they're real stones. Like this one. This is an aquamarine, a real aquamarine. There's 2 diamonds. You probably cannot see them because they literally are like diamond chips. But there's one on each side. There's one there, one there. But I love the design. I always try to get sort of a neat, different, not an everyday ring that everybody would have. So that's sort of the different things. But like I said, don't buy plated anything if you want the rings to last for the people. But like I said, I'm sorry I can't divulge that where I actually get them, because like I said, it took me a long time to search out proper suppliers and to actually get good quality. So that's something. But I'm sure you guys, if you look up and search, you can find something. But you're not going to be paying pennies for this stuff. I hope you realize that. If you're expecting to pay $5, I mean, the odd time, if you're lucky, and I mean really lucky, if you go on eBay and you bid on something and say no one's bid on it, if you know the person is a good seller, don't just go by, what they said, it's 925 silver. That does not mean a thing. That means nothing. And you can tell by when you look at the description, it'll say type of metal, it'll say silver. It will not say 925. It may say 925 stamped. That does not mean anything. You can stamp anything, okay? But test them or whatever. But like I said, the odd time you'll be lucky if you have an eBay. You might find an eBay one where you can get a ring, and if no one's bid on it, you might be able to get it for $6, $7 if you're lucky. And don't count on that happening all the time because it's so rare. It's not even funny. Not even funny. You want to chance that? by all means, whatever you do, when you get the ring, test it. And you can test it with the proper, the nitrate. Holy crap! Did you people see that? That would explain why the stereo came on. That was a big one that went all the way around up there. Anyways, so yes, test it with I forget what it is, some nitrate or whatever. There's other tests you can get to test them. Little papers you wipe on it. Wear them for 2-3 weeks to see if they tarnish. I mean, this was, I don't think this one went right away. And I mean, the copper's pretty, but it may take a while. That's all I'm saying. And this isn't even stamped, so this one is stamped, and it has a jeweler's mark as well, which is almost worn off. They actually have it inside in where you can't see because it's so dirty. It's in there beside it would be right there in the ring, and it's got the mark and the 925. Anyway, off that topic. I'm going to be making a salt scrub today. And for the record, you guys can make it too. I just want to tell you now, right up front, it's for personal use. So I may do things differently than you guys do. Or if you've never made one before, I suggest you could maybe get a recipe book from Amazon or somewhere where you can buy recipe books, or you can go by what I'm going to do. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I want mine to be not greasy, but I want it to be moisturizing, so there's going to be coconut oil in there, there's going to be mango butter in there, there's going to be a light oil in there. I'm also going to add 3 different salts, as well as dendritic salt. I may use Epsom. I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to use a tiny bit of Epsom. I would normally have used brown sugar, but we don't have any. So I may add a little bit of real, like normal sugar. Because it's not for your face, it's for your body. So it would be like for your elbows. The finer grind I make it could be for your whole body. But if you leave it more coarser grind, it'd be for your feet and your elbows and your really crunchy, hard, rough spots. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will try to videotape it, obviously, so that everybody can see it. And like I said, I don't want people going, oh, you're not supposed to make it like that, and you don't put preservative. It's for me. When I make my sugar scrubs, you can put a preservative. You should put a preservative in it, because you don't know how your customer is going to use it. What I do when I make my sugar scrubs is I have my little plastic jars, which I'll show you the size. Actually, you could do it in a couple different sizes. It doesn't matter. This is the size I normally do when I sell them. So this is the large, then there's a medium one, and then there's a really small one. This is the size. This is my body whip. This is a homemade foaming bath whip. But yeah, this would be the size. Or if you have it in your bathroom, you could have a size this big and keep it on your bathroom counter. And then what I do when I go to the shower is I have the mini ones of these. They're about, I don't know, they hold about 1 ounce, 2 ounces. What I do is I take some of the salt scrub and I put it in that container. It's plastic, it's little, it's portable, and I bring it into the shower with me. Or in the tub, and I sit it on the edge of the bathtub, and that's what I use. I don't take it directly from the big jug when I'm in the shower, because water will get in off your hands, it could get in off the shower spout, and if there's no preservative in there, you're introducing water. And yes, I know salt is a natural preservative, and it probably wouldn't really affect it. Like, I mean, I've had a salt scrub on my bath for like a year, and there's no preservative in it, and it's fine. But I don't recommend it to anybody, okay? If you're going to use it in the shower, just separate it. So when I sell it, what I do is I sell it with a little mini cup and a wooden scoop, or even the big, huge Dr. Tongue depressors, okay? And they can take what they want, put it in their little container, and take that to the shower, and don't touch the big bottle. By the way, this is not salt scrubs. This was my old wands of that recipe I told you about. That was a fail. So it ended up going back to powder. So what I have here now is colored foaming bath foam. Bubble bath. That's basically what it is. This is a powdered bubble bath. That's exactly what it turned out to be. And it's all, well, it was all pretty colored layers till I just mixed it up. But that's what this is. So it was a fail for the wand, but it turned out to be another product. And it's pretty cool because it tints the water for the kids, which the kids get a great kick out of. You know, you get cool colored bubble bath water. Mr. Bubble doesn't change the water color. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So keep an eye out for that. I'll actually probably post it in the group that I'm doing it, so you guys can come look. I don't think I'll post a video in the group, just whatever. But I will post it on YouTube here again, and I will just put a link to here, okay? So guys, on that note, I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to see about trying to get cigarettes because everybody's sleeping and I can't get to the store. And I'm not walking or thumbing because it's dangerous. And I can't walk that far anyway. So, on that note, I'll be back. And then when I come back, I have some more yapping to do. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm fine. Everything's great. I don't want anybody to think that I'm this little whiny baby and holy crap that I talk long. Okay, I'm done. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.